A single performance just sent a shockwave through the entire NBA world. A historic stat line was put up, a legendary name was passed, and a debate absolutely erupted that, honestly, it has very little to do with the numbers themselves. So what really happened on that court? 83.
That's the number. The second most points ever scored in a single NBA game. I mean, that's a number that, on paper, is a monumental achievement. But you know, in the world of sports, numbers almost never tell the whole story.
And this is why it became such a flashpoint. Bam Adebayo's 83 points surpassed one of the most iconic, most legendary performances in basketball history, Kobe Bryant's 81-point game from back in 2006. A sacred number has been passed, and the reaction was, well, it was immediate and it was intense.
Now, it wasn't just the 83 points that had everybody talking. Adebayo set new NBA records for both free throws made, 36, and free throws attempted with 43. I mean, those are just staggering, almost unbelievable numbers that are absolutely central to the debate that blew up right after.
Because almost as soon as that final buzzer sounded, the questions started flying. Was this truly a legendary performance, or was it something else entirely? The basketball community was completely split, and the criticism was sharp.
And, former NBA All-Star Gordon Hayward, he really captured the heart of that skepticism perfectly. He argued that the way this record was broken just wasn't great for the league, and most importantly, that it just didn't feel legitimate.
So, for the critics, it all comes down to the context. First off, there's Bam. He's a great two-way player, everybody respects him, but, as Hayward says, he's not a scorer. So these stats were a huge outlier for him. Then you've got the opponent, the Washington Wizards, a team pretty much everyone agrees was tanking. And then, on top of all that, there's how the game itself played out. Critics are saying the Heat's coach, Erik Spoelstra, started challenging calls, having his team foul on purpose, basically stopping the game just to get Bam more chances. It stopped feeling like a real, competitive game and started to feel more like an exhibition.
But of course, there's a powerful counter-argument here. It's a defense that's really rooted in the raw, competitive DNA of sports itself. The message is simple. You score it when you can, for as long as you can.
And this quote just nails the player's mindset. Bam had 31 points in the first quarter alone. When a player is that hot, the unwritten rule is you just keep feeding him the ball. You don't stop shooting because you feel like you're scoring too much. No way. You ride that heater.
So ultimately, the argument boils down to this. It's not on Bam or the Heat to stop scoring. It's on the Washington Wizards to play some defense. If you don't want a guy to drop 83 on your head, then stop him. The responsibility is on the opponent, period.
And look, big scoring nights often have some weird context. Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game, the all-time record? His team was intentionally fouling the other team just to get the ball back to him over and over. David Robinson's 71? That came in the very last game of the season in a total exhibition just to snatch the scoring title. So the argument goes, why is Bam's game getting singled out when history is full of this stuff? The key difference, of course, is the comparison to Kobe's 81, which happened totally organically in a tough competitive game. And that right there brings us to the emotional heart of this whole firestorm. This was never just about Bam Adebayo's 83 points. It has always been about the man he passed on that list. For millions and millions of fans, Kobe Bryant's legacy is sacred. His 81-point game wasn't just a number. It was this epic testament to his will, his skill, his almost supernatural drive to win. The anger that you see aimed at Bam's performance, it isn't really about Bam. It's a passionate, protective defense of an icon's memory.
And you could just feel that raw emotion on full display. When one analyst kind of suggested people were overreacting, he was met with this fiery response from former NFL player Ryan Clark, who felt that downplaying the context at all was a profound disrespect to Kobe's legacy.
And that feeling was echoed with even more force by Stephen A. Smith. See, to them, Kobe isn't just a player, he's a god of basketball. The way he approached the game was different, and for his defenders, that legacy has to be protected, no matter what.
So, okay, let's put them side by side. The argument is that Bam's 83 came against a complicit opponent, where the game's flow was artificially messed with just to help him get the record. Kobe's 81, on the other hand, is seen as completely legitimate. His team was losing, and he single-handedly dragged them back to a win. Every single one of his 81 points mattered. They just weren't the same.
And this all goes back to that famous Mamba mentality.
It wasn't just some marketing slogan, it was a way of life. It meant every game, every possession mattered, and winning was the only thing. I mean, look no further than Michael Jordan's final All-Star game. It was supposed to be a tribute, right? A ceremonial passing of the torch. But Kobe, he didn't play along. He challenged Jordan hard. He went for the win. For fans, that is Kobe's spirit. And the idea of his record being broken in some manufactured, non-competitive way feels like a betrayal of that exact spirit.
So where does that leave us? We've got two fiercely defended opposing viewpoints. But maybe, just maybe, the answer isn't about picking one side over the other.
You know, after all the heated debate, Stephen A. Smith offered a way forward, a way to hold both of these realities at the same time. It's possible that two things that seem to contradict each other can both be true.
So what are those two truths? Well, first, we can and absolutely should celebrate Bam Adebayo. Scoring 83 points in an NBA game, I don't care what the circumstances are, is an incredible, historic achievement. But second, we can also acknowledge that the context matters. The way it happened was fundamentally different from the competitive inferno of Kobe Bryant's legendary night.
So the verdict seems to land right here. Bam's 83 points will go down in the record books. It's an amazing feat. But it won't be remembered with the same legendary, almost mythical status as Kobe's 81. They are not the same kind of accomplishment.
Which leaves us with one last big question to think about. In the world of sports, when a historic record falls, what do we truly value more? The number itself, standing alone in a record book? Or the story, the context, and the spirit in which that record was achieved?